Okay. Starting in three, two, one. So this is Act 5, Scene 1. And Act 5, Scene 1, the first thing that you have to keep in your mind is where does the scene take place? Okay. Now, from now onwards, you will see that the scene will keep fluctuating. Act 5, Scene 1, and Scene 2 will take place at Dunson Inn. But now we will be alternating between Macbeth's army and Malcolm's army, because now even Malcolm's army is approaching, you know that very well. Okay. They are on their way to Scotland, right? What is their stop destination? You know that very well. That is Burnham Wood. Okay, they'll be stopping at Burnham Wood. They'll be deciding their strategy, and then they will be moving forward to Dunsinane Hill. You know that very well, right? So now the scene, now you have to be very vigilant. कि scene kahan par ho raha hai, who are the characters involved, what are the important significances of the scene, okay, which I will be telling you, and you have to write it down somewhere in your register, or you can write it down in your books itself so that you can very well be able to remember. So, Act 5, Scene 1 takes place at Dunsinane Hill. We know that it is taking place in an apartment of Macbeth, okay? And who are the opening characters over here? The opening characters are a physician. A physician is a doctor, and the gentlewoman, right? This is also called as a famous sleepwalking scene of Lady Macbeth, because here, for the very first time, the audience is made to be aware that how mentally disturbed right now Lady Macbeth is, okay? That she is in a complete sort of mental frenzy, some kind of madness has captured her, and that is why she is seen suffering here. And the doctor and the gentlewoman, they are quietly observing her actions, right? One more very important incident which takes place here in the scene, very important significance, that Lady Macbeth can be seen betraying her own self, right? Betraying her own self means she says something, she does something which she should not be doing. She says something which she should not be saying, okay? Apne against. She's speaking something through which she can be in trouble. Macbeth can be in trouble, right? And we know very well what is she talking about. She's talking about all the previous murders, the secret murders, which Macbeth has committed. Okay, Duncan's murder, Banquo's murder, Lady Macduff's assassination. Everybody she'll be talking about, right? So here the doctor, I'll be quickly revising. I have 2 nights watched with you. So, what does the doctor say? He's talking to the gentlewoman. Many students they get confused that, ma'am, who is this gentlewoman? So, this lady you can regard as a lady servant of Lady Macbeth, who has been observing her for quite a number of days. Okay, she has been living with her, she has been closely observing her. Only the doctor was getting to observe Lady Macbeth for the very first time. So, uske liye this sleepwalking was a new incident. But the gentlewoman knows very well, she knows it by heart, that okay, what are the symptoms, what is she suffering from, what does she do, what does she speak, okay, everything she has at her fingertips, right? So the doctor, now she has called the doctor when the situation goes a little out of control, and so the doctor has been observing Lady Macbeth for 2 nights continuously. I also told you that sleepwalking is such a disorder which is highly irregular. ये जरूरी नहीं होता है कि रोज ही sleepwalking कोई करे, okay? So maybe one night, if she's sleepwalking, she might not sleepwalk for 2, 3 days more. And then again on the fourth day, she might as well. Okay. So this is what has been happening. The doctor has been observing Lady Macbeth for 2 consecutive nights, but ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं हुआ. Okay, that is why he was asking the gentlewoman that I have 2 nights watched with you, but can perceive no truth in your report. So he says, I cannot find any truth in your report. When was it she last walked? When was it that she last walked, sleepwalked? Gentlewoman, since His Majesty went into the field. This can also come in the multiple choice questions, that since the time Macbeth went into the battlefield, since that time she has been sleepwalking. Okay, which field does she refer to over here? Battlefield. Then what does she do? I have seen her rise from bed. She usually rises from her bed while she is sleeping. Okay, she is not awake at this point of time. While she is fast asleep, what does she do? She gets up from her bed, number one, throws her nightgown upon her, number two, okay, that she wears her nightgown. Then number three, unlocks her closet. She opens her closet, the cupboard, okay. Then take forth paper. She takes forth some paper out of it, folds it, write upon it, read it, afterwards seal it, and again return to bed. Okay, this is what she does. This is her usual activity, right? That she gets up from her bed, wears her nightgown, opens her closet, takes out a paper, folds the paper, okay, writes something upon it, then she reads it, then she seals the paper again, and then she goes back to her bed all over again. And all that she does while she is most fast asleep, while she is still sleeping and not awake. Okay, doctor agrees that yes, definitely this is a great perturbation in nature. You have to understand the meaning of the word perturbation. I would like to repeat, perturbation means some kind of disturbance. So he says this is not a normal, this is not how a normal person behaves like, right? This is a great disturbance in somebody's nature. This is a great disturbance in somebody's health. To receive at once the benefit of sleep and do the effects of watching. Very important line. He says, how can it be possible that the person is both doing both the activities together? What are these two activities? That the person is sleeping also, and then the person is doing certain activities which a person would do while he or she is awake. Okay, तो जैसे मैं अभी I am teaching right now, I would not teach while I am fast asleep, right? But Lady Macbeth, she was doing both the things together. She was fast asleep also, but then she was doing certain activities which a person would normally do while he or she is awake, okay, in full consciousness, right? So both the things were happening with her in the slumbery agitation. I told you yesterday what is the meaning of the word slumbery agitation. Means sleeping disorder, okay, some kind of sleeping disturbance, right? In the sleeping disturbance or slumbery agitation, besides her walking and other actual performances, what at any time have you heard her say? He's doing the role of a doctor, okay, he's asking her some other symptoms, that besides walking and besides doing all these performances and besides doing all these activities, does she do or say anything else? Okay, this is what he's asking the gentlewoman. Again, gentlewoman se क्यों पूछ रहा है? Because she has been observing Lady Macbeth very closely for quite a number of days, okay, for a very long period of time. Gentlewoman, that's a which I will not report after her. She simply refuses. Usko sab kuch pata hai. What has she been saying? What has she been doing? Why has she been doing certain things? But she refuses. She says, no, I will not tell you. Okay. What is the reason? Because she knows something controversial. Usko kuch aisa pata hai that can become controversial. Okay. Something secretive, right? Doctor says, you may to me, it is most meet you should. The doctor says, obviously the doctor should know all the symptoms. You may as well report to me. Okay, it is most meet. Meet means proper. Okay, it is proper that you should tell me. Gentlewoman, neither to you nor anyone, having no witness to confirm my speech. Very important. ये reasoning based question में आएगा अगर, that why does the gentlewoman does not report to the doctor about the symptoms of Lady Macbeth? Because, so the only reason, the one of the reasons that you can write down is because she has no witness to confirm her speech. जब तक उसको कोई witness नहीं मिलेगा to confirm her speech, she will not reveal that secret to anybody. Okay, because obviously her position will get endangered. Okay, her reputation will get, and even her life may as well get endangered. Okay, so you never know. Then at this point of time, Lady Macbeth enters the scene with a candle, right? And you have to bear in your mind that while she is the doctor and gentlewoman were already there in the room, wahan se she comes from the door, okay, and she's coming with a candle in her hand, and she's, although she's walking, she's holding a candle in her hand, but she is not awake. Okay, she is fast asleep. She is sleeping, right? So she comes, and both of them, they get very alert that okay, yeah, she has started, she is coming to the room. So let's just observe her activities. Lo, you, here she comes. This is her very guise, and upon my life, fast asleep. Gentlewoman says that, yeah, you cannot trust my words, right? You were telling me that 2 nights say she has not sleepwalked. Now look at her, she says. Okay, look at her, that she's coming right now. This is her very guise. This is her very guise means this is her very form. This is how she behaves while she's sleepwalking. Okay, and upon my life, she says, I swear upon my life that she's fast asleep right now. वो उठी नहीं है. She's not awake. She's fast asleep. Observe her and stand close. Stand close means stand quietly, hide yourself, and keep observing her. Doctor, how came she by that light? उसको वो light कहाँ से मिला? Where did she get that candle from? Okay, gentlewoman, why it stood by her? She has light by her continually. It is her command. Gentlewoman says it is always beside her. Okay, it is always kept beside her, maybe bed or maybe table, but it is her command, it is her instruction that she wants that candle always beside her. Okay, right? So she had given this instruction to all her servants that I always want a candle by my side, right? So that is something which she wants, okay, by hook or by crook. Doctor, you see her eyes are open. The doctor says that देखो उसकी आंखें खुली हैं. His, her eyes are open. So maybe she is awake. Okay. But the gentlewoman confirms. She says no. Although her eyes are open, but the senses inside them are absolutely shut and closed. Okay. Doctor, what is it she does now? Look how she rubs her hands. And now what was she doing? What activity was she doing? Now you have to imagine in your mind, it's a very scary picture. Just imagine that a lady is coming in her white nightgown with a candle in her hand. It's a very horrific image. With a candle in her hand, she is approaching the room, okay? And she is continuously rubbing her hands. Like she keeps the candle at one side and then she continuously rubs her hand, right? As if she is trying to remove some stain, some blot from her hand. Okay, gentlewoman, it is an accustomed action with her. She says, "ये मेरे लिए कुछ नया नहीं है." Okay, this is something which is an accustomed action. She does it usually. She is habitual of doing it. Okay, habitual. Accustomed means she has a habit of doing it. To seem thus washing her hands. And it appears as if she's trying to wash her hands. Okay, I have known her continue in this a quarter of an hour, and she has been doing this. This can come in the multiple choice questions as well. That she has been doing it for quarter of an hour. Okay, Lady Macbeth, yet there's a spot. अभी तक तो she was only acting it out, कुछ बोल नहीं रही थी, and now she starts talking, right? And what does she say? Look, I am rubbing my hands continuously, but still there is a spot in my hand. खुद से ही बात कर रही है. She's talking to herself that still there is a blot, still there is a spot in my hand. Okay, अभी भी कुछ दाग लगा हुआ है. Doctor, hark, she speaks. Okay, hark means listen. Doctor again gets very alert and he says, listen, listen, she is speaking now. I will set down what comes from her to satisfy my remembrance the more strongly. Now the doctor says, again, like I was telling you yesterday, that doctor will do the role of a doctor. The doctor will always write down the symptoms of the patient. So he says that whatever she is saying, I will set it down on a paper. I will jot it down on a paper so that I can remember her symptoms very strongly. Okay, I like properly. Lady Macbeth, now again she's talking to herself. And what is she saying? Out, damn spot, out. Okay, so what is she trying to remove? Some spot she's trying to remove from her hand. 1, 2, why? Then it is time to do it. Okay, now again she is recalling all the lines. अभी वो जितने भी lines यहाँ पर, whatever lines she will speak in this dialogue, these lines are not new lines from the play. These lines she has already spoken on the night of Duncan's assassination, right? These lines she has already spoken to Macbeth, okay, after he committed Duncan's assassination, right? So ये वो सारी वही lines हैं. So that means which incident is replaying in her mind? The same incident where both of them had assassinated King Duncan. What does it symbolize? This symbolizes that she was guilty of doing it now. Okay. This symbolizes that she was carrying the burden of that assassination in her heart. She somehow wanted to get rid of it. Okay. That is why it was coming out in the form of the sleepwalking. That is why it was coming out in the form of this repetition of all these weird activities and scary activities. Okay. So it was tormenting her from inside. This was some sort of mental disorder that she was suffering from. ये जितनी भी lines वो बोल रही है, you have to remember that she was speaking these lines while वो खुद सो रही है. She is still sleeping. Okay, although her eyes are open, her hands are in action continuously, right? She is speaking, but she is asleep. That is called as sleepwalking, right? Second thing you have to remember that whichever lines she is speaking right now, all these lines have already been spoken uh, during the night of Duncan's assassination. Okay, so these are not new lines from the play. 1, 2, why? It is time to do it. It is time to do what? It is time to do the assassination. Hell is murky. Hell is dark. Okay, murky means dark, right? Fie, my lord, fie, a soldier and a feared. Fie means shame on you. This is when Macbeth was getting horribly scared after, after killing King Duncan, right? And that is when she was telling him that, you are a soldier. How can you be scared? Shame on you, right? Again, she's repeating the same lines that how can you be scared? Shame on you. You are a soldier and you're scared. What need we fear? Who knows it? When none can call our power to account, she says, why are you getting scared? When nobody has the power to question our authority. Okay, she says nobody has the power to doubt us. Nobody dare doubt us because we have the power, ultimate power. Nobody can doubt us. Okay, yet who would have thought the old man to have had so much blood in him? Okay, now this she says, after, if you remember, after King Duncan's assassination, Macbeth had forgotten to keep the daggers, okay, there in the chamber itself. वो daggers बाहर ही लेके आ गया था, right? He had brought the daggers outside King Duncan's chamber, right? And then she asks Macbeth to keep it back in the chamber, but Macbeth refuses to go because he was too scared to go inside, right? That is when Lady Macbeth says that, you are a soldier, shame on you, how can you be so scared? And then she takes the responsibility herself. She takes a dagger and then she goes inside again to the same scene of murder. She keeps the dagger inside, not just keeps the daggers inside, but also paints the faces of the two guards, okay, the two chamberlains, with the blood of King Duncan, right? This is what she says that, I had never thought that this old man would have had so much of blood in his body. Okay. Now, this she speaks in front of the doctor, and the doctor goes completely horrified, right? Now, who is this old man? This old man is King Duncan. Doctor, do you mark that? Okay, now doctor is completely stunned to hear this. And he's talking to the gentlewoman. He says that, can you listen to what she's saying? Right? Lady Macbeth, the Thane of Fife had a wife. Where is she now? And now she's talking after King Duncan ka assassination. वो कहाँ पहुंच गई अब? She has reached to Lady Macbeth. Obviously, she would have, she must have come to know through her sources, through her messengers, and through her servants that Lady Macbeth also has been assassinated. Macbeth ने नहीं बताया. This is what many students they ask me, that ma'am, how does she know about Lady Macbeth's assassination when Macbeth never told her about it, right? The reason is that she must have come to know through some sources. It was not a hidden secret now, it was an open secret. Okay. So, Lady Macbeth, she says, the Thane of Fife had a wife. Who is the Thane of Fife? It is Macduff. Who is his wife? Lady Macduff. She says earlier she was alive. Ab kahan gayi? Where is she now? Okay. She is suspicious that Macbeth ne hi kuch kiya hai. Macbeth has done something. Where is she now? What will these hands never be clean? Again, she is looking at her hands and she says, oh, I wonder, will these hands ever be clean? Ye haath kabhi bhi, they will never be clean. No more, oh that, my lord, no more, oh that. You mar all with this starting. Ab ye line kahan se aaya? This line has been taken from the banquet scene. I repeat, this line has been taken from the banquet scene. Banquet scene mein she was very much present over there, okay? And not just present, but she also witnesses that how Macbeth had seen Banquo's ghost, okay? So this line has been taken from that very incident where Macbeth witnesses Banquo's ghost, okay, and he spoils the complete feast. He spoils the complete banquet, right? And that is when she speaks this line that, what are you doing, my lord? You are spoiling everything with your shaking, that how you are shaking right now, how you are trembling, and you are spoiling the complete banquet with it, okay? Mar means spoil, right? So पहले उसने डंकन के assassination का बात किया. Now she talks about Lady Macduff, and then again she switches to Banquo's ghost. That means Banquo's murder assassination, right? Doctor, stunned completely. She has just now spoken about three secret murders. Okay. And the doctor says, go to, you have known what you should not. Okay. Doctor को लगता है that gentlewoman, she does not know anything, right? So he is talking to the gentlewoman and he says, oh, you please go from here. You have listened, you have known what you should not have known, right? तुमने कुछ ऐसा सुन लिया है that you should not have known, so you must go from here. Gentlewoman तो उसको तो पहले से सब पता है. She says she has spoken what she should not. Okay, so she says, don't talk about me. She has spoken what she should not have spoken. I am sure of that. Okay, she says. Heaven knows what she has known. Very important line. Okay, so here she says, it's not a hidden secret anymore. Everybody knows. Even the heaven knows what she has known because she has been repeating these lines time and again. Okay, Lady Macbeth, here is the smell of the blood still. Again, Lady Macbeth is talking to herself, and this she says, smell of blood. She says, there is, my hands are smelling of blood still. This smell will never go. Here is the smell of the blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand. She says, Arabia, and Arabic perfumes are very famous, right? So इत्र बोलते हैं उसको हिंदी में, I think so. So that is again, it's very expensive, it's very famous also. So here she says all the perfumes of Arabia will not be able to sweeten this little hand. All the perfumes combined together will not be able to take this smell of blood from my hand. Okay. Doctor, what a sigh is there. The heart is sorely charged. Right. Now, at this point of time, the doctor feels very bad for Lady Macbeth. Okay. And what is he saying? That her heart is sorely charged. Sorely charged means it is overburdened. ये बीमारी, ये डिसऑर्डर क्यों होता है? When a person's mind is, when a person's heart, sorry, is overburdened with a lot of secrets, right? That is why it is said that you must talk to somebody, right? You must vent out your frustration, you must vent out whatever is eating you from inside, you must talk it out with somebody, otherwise it will eat you from within, right? This is what the doctor is saying, that I feel bad for her. Why is he feeling bad for Lady Macbeth? Because he says her heart is overburdened. She knows so many things and she has not been able to share anything with anyone, right? Gentlewoman, I would not have such a heart in my bosom for the dignity of the whole body, right? So even the gentlewoman says that yes, even I do feel bad for her, and I would not like to have such a heart in my bosom, such a heart in my body for the dignity of my whole body, for the worth of my whole body. Okay, so she says, even for the worth of my whole body, I would not like to have such an overburdened heart. Okay, this is something which I would stay away from, right? Doctor, well, pray God it be, sir. Very important line now. This disease is beyond my practice. Doctor gives up. Okay, उसने देखा her situation is out of control, right? So he says that whatever disease she is suffering from, ये मेरे practice के बाहर है. This is something which is beyond my practice. Okay. Yet I have known those which have walked in their sleep who have died holily in their beds. But he says that I have known some people previously who have been suffering from the same disease, who have been suffering from the same disorder, okay, that they have been walking in their sleep. And these people, they have died very holily in their beds. Holily means in a very pure way, right? Now, why pure? Because these people who have been suffering from sleeping disorder, they usually, they unburden their heart, right? And once when they unburden their heart, once when they tell all their secrets, okay, out to somebody, that is when they die peacefully. Okay, this is what the doctor is saying, that whatever she is suffering from, I cannot treat it, this is beyond my practice, right? But he says, but I have known some people in the past, I have had some patients before who have been suffering from the same disorder, वो भी ऐसे ही चलते थे sleep में, but they died very holily in their beds. Okay, why holily, why purely? Because they were able to unburden their heart, and once when they unburdened their heart, they died peacefully. Okay, they were able to, you know kind of liberate from this burden, right? They were able to liberate themselves, they were able to free themselves, right? So this is what, ये जो line है ना, this is an indication that Lady Macbeth might not survive. Okay, her condition is beyond any treatment now, and if the doctor says ये मेरे बस का नहीं है, I give up, right? Which is a very clear indication that she might not be able to sustain, she might not be able to thrive, she might not be able to live. तो यहाँ पर audience को पहले ही पता लग जाता है that okay, in the future scenes, you might as well see, or you might as well witness her death, right? And yahi hota hai, she dies. Okay, Lady Macbeth Wash your hands, put on your nightgown, look not so pale. I tell you yet again, Bank was buried. He cannot come out on his grave. Okay. So here she's combining Duncan ka assassination and Banquo ka assassination. So she says, put on your nightgown. अपने imagination में वो किससे बात कर रही है? She's talking to Macbeth. Okay. In her mind still, right? She's still sleepwalking. And what is she saying? Put on your nightgown. Look not so pale. Pale means scared. Okay. I tell you yet again, Banquo's buried. Banquo is already dead and buried, and he's not going to come out of his grave. Okay. Doctor again is very stunned that, okay, Banquo's murder also, right? Doctor, even so, Lady Macbeth, to bed. There is knocking at the gate. Come, 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 give me your hand. What's done cannot be undone. Again, she's repeating the same lines from the past. Okay, there is knocking at the gate. Give me your hand. What you have done cannot be undone now. Again, imagination में किससे बात करिए? She's talking to Macbeth. Okay, that whatever you have done now, it cannot be undone, right? So again, Duncan's assassination. This is when Macbeth was feeling guilty. उसको लग रहा था कि काश मैंने नहीं किया होता. I just hope that Duncan can come back to life again, right? This is when she had spoken this line that whatever you have done now, it cannot be undone. So you better go to your bed now, right? To bed, to bed, to bed. Fine, exit. And then she exits the scene. Now this last, conversation between doctor and gentlewoman, this is again of prime importance. Doctor, will she now go to bed? That, what will she do now? Gentlewoman directly. See, gentlewoman ko sab pata hai. She knows the whole sequence. Abhi aayegi, abhi she will say this, abhi she will rub her hands, abhi she will hold the candle, right? She knows directly now after doing this, she will directly go to her bed and sleep again. Okay, so this is the sleepwalking that she's suffering from. Doctor, foul whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Okay, so Dr. Foul whisperings here refers to rumors are abroad, that rumors are circulating in the country, in Scotland. Okay, there are a lot of rumors which are circulating about Macbeth. Okay, unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. What does this mean? This is what the theory of karma also says, that once if a person does something unnatural, if you do something evil, the evil consequences are definitely going to follow you. They're not going to leave you, right? You might face them right now, you might face them later on, you might face them in your next life, right? But you will definitely face them at some point of time or the other. ये मैं नहीं कह रही हूँ, but this is what the theory of karma says, right? ये मत कहना कि अंजलि मैम ज्ञान बांट रही थी इधर, okay? Theory of karma and everything. But yeah, this is what most of the mythologies, most of these people, the religious people, the religions, they do believe in, right? So here also the doctor says that there's a very foul whispering, there's a rumor which is circulating that unnatural deeds are followed by unnatural troubles. Once if a person does something unnatural, unnatural consequences and troubles are definitely going to follow that person. That person is not going to get rid of it. Okay, infected minds to their deaf pillows will discharge their secrets. Minds which are very infected. Infected means burdened. Okay. If your mind knows something evil, if your mind knows something secretive, if your mind knows something devious, right? You cannot easily share it with anyone, right? And in such cases, what does a person do? A person, before going to sleep, kind of discharges all his secrets to his pillows. What kind of pillows? Deaf pillows, pillows which can't hear you. But you simply, kind of repeat those secrets in your mind, okay, just so that you can feel a little lighter, right? It does happen that when you just kind of think about your day. I don't know how many of you do it, but there are some people who like to think about all their day's activities at night, sone se pehle, that okay, this is all I did today. And by chance, by mistake, if you hurt somebody, okay, if you hurt somebody's emotions, if you hurt somebody's sentiments, that person then realizes that okay, aisa nahi karna chahiye tha. Okay, but that person is not talking to any other person. Who is he talking to, he or she? That person is talking to himself. Okay, when? Right before sleeping. So who is listening to it? The deaf pillow is listening to it. Okay, this is what the doctor is saying, that all these infected minds, the minds which know a lot of secrets, they discharge their secrets to their deaf pillows. Okay, because they can't share it with anybody very easily. More needs she the divine than the physician. Very, very important line. He says that she, who is the she over here, Lady Macbeth, she needs the help of divine power. Divine means godly power. Okay, help of God more than any doctor. कोई डॉक्टर उसकी हेल्प नहीं कर सकता अब. Only God can help her out, right? God, forgive us all. Look after her. So he says that please forgive me that I can't treat her. Look after her. Okay, so he says that you just need to take care of her. That's it. Remove from her the means of all annoyance. She might harm herself. Okay, she might accidentally take something which is harmful, maybe some pointed object or something like that, something which is very sharp. She might harm herself. So the doctor is telling the gentlewoman ki ab ye mere bas ki baat nahi hai. You just take care of her, right? Remove all the means from around her bed or from around in her room, everything through which she can harm herself, any sharp object, any pointed object, anything like that, and still keep eyes upon her, and still keep close eyes upon her. So good night. My mind she has mated. Very, very important lines. Isko, you can quote also. My mind she has mated and amazed my sight. I think but dare not speak. This is how stunned the doctor is. The doctor has no words. He is speechless. Okay. He says, my mind she has mated. Mated means completely amazed, right? मेरा जो दिमाग है, she has completely, she has shaken up my complete mind. Amazed my sight. Amazed means again the same meaning. She has bewildered my sight. She has surprised my sight. Mind be she has shaken up. My eyes also she has shaken up completely. I can only think in my mind, but I dare not speak anything. अब उसको इतना कुछ पता है that he dare not open his mouth. Okay, gentlewoman, good night, good doctor. Okay, so this was the sleepwalking scene. Any problem, anyone, you can raise your hand and ask your doubts. No problem. No problem.
Ma'am,
Yes, Lakshya.
ma'am, firstly, in that banquet scene,
Hmm.
she she says Macbeth, and then now like Macbeth is mentally ill,
Huh.
and now she is behaving the like similar way, mentally ill,
Acha. Yeah,
mental
yeah.
disorder.
Yes. That transition we don't know. That's a very good question, Lakshya. So in the banquet scene, she was the one who was controlling the whole situation. This is what you're trying to ask? Yes or no? And now she is suffering from
Yes.
some mental disorder. Yeah. उसके बीच में क्या क्या हुआ that we don't know. Okay, that has not been told to the
Hmm.
audience. We know about the deteriorating relationship. She somehow had an idea that Macbeth has been hiding a lot many things. Okay, she somehow had an idea that Macbeth is up to something which she is not aware of. बैंकों के असैसिनेशन उस टाइम पर बैंकों का असैसिनेशन हुआ था बट शी वॉज हार्डली अवेयर ऑफ इट उसके बाद मैकबेथ ही मेट द थ्री विचेस अगेन okay, she knew about that he is going to meet the three witches, but she never knew about the fact that he is also going to kill the innocent people, right? उसने कभी अपने wildest dreams में भी नहीं सोचा होगा that my husband, Macbeth, can kill innocent people also for the sake of his title, for the sake of his ambition. So now it was like one crime to hide the other crime, then it was growing, it was, it was just becoming unstoppable day by day. That was something which really disturbed her. Okay, and when she wanted to speak about it with Macbeth, he was not available. Okay, he was not ready. There was a lot of distance which was growing between the husband and wife, right? So when she had nobody to speak her frustrations to, when she had nobody to speak her mind to, she was getting mentally ill. Okay, and that is when she started suffering from this disorder. और ये देखते देखते इतना ज्यादा हो गया that now even a doctor was involved, and now even the doctor is saying that मेरे तो बस की बात ही, I cannot cure it, he says. Okay, so only God can help her out, right? Which is a very clear indication that she might not survive in the later scenes. Okay, Lakshya.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, any other question, anyone? No. Okay, then let's proceed with Act 5 Scene 2 without wasting any time, right? Okay, just let me just stop the share over here. And yeah, I'll also stop the recording. Sorry. Yeah. Menteith will tell you that the English power is near. The England army is already near, led on by Malcolm, who is the leader of that army. Malcolm is the leader of that army, right? Then his uncle Seward and Good Macduff, right? Who else is there? His uncle Seward is there. Seward ka involvement we already know about, right? And Good Macduff is also there. That also we know, right? Revenge is burned in them. Okay, what are they burning with? Revenge. Especially which character is burning with revenge? Macduff is burning with revenge right now because uska to personal issue hai. His family has been killed. Okay, so that is why he's burning with revenge right now. For their dear causes, would to the bleeding and the grim alarm excite the mortified man. Very important line. Menteith here says that their causes are so strong, that their revenge is so strong, their anger, their hatred is so strong that it can excite even a bleeding man and a mortified man. Mortified man means a man who is dead. Okay, it can bring them even, it can bring back even them to life. Their causes are so strong, right? They are so burning with revenge right now. Their enthusiasm is so contagious that even a bleeding man can be filled with power, and even a mortified man means even a dead man can be excited to fight the battle against Macbeth right now. Okay, so this is what it means. For the dear causes means the reasons for fighting this battle are so strong that it can excite both a bleeding man and a dead man. Okay, Angus, near Burnham Wood, shall we meet them? That way are they coming. So Angus adds on to that news and he says, where are we going to meet them? We are going to meet them near Burnham Wood. I told you that that is their stop station right now. Okay, so that is where they are going to stop. They are coming from England, you know that very well. England se aake kahan par, that one destination is Burnham Wood. Burnham Wood is very important because prophecy में भी Burnham Wood का नाम लिया गया था. Okay, near Burnham Wood, right? Caithness, who knows if Donald Bain be with his brother? Now Caithness is asking this question ki, do you know that Donald Bain, you remember Donald Bain, if he is also there with his brother? Lennox says, for certain, sir, he is not. So he says, no, he is not there. He is in Ireland. Okay. I have a file. File means list of all the gentry, list of all the soldiers who are coming along. There is Seward's son, very important. Seward, he nahi hai, Seward's son is also there. And many unrough youths that even now protest their first of manhood. Very, very important. Unrough youths. Unrough youths means very young boys. Such young boys that they have not even got beards on their faces till now, but they are ready to fight the battle, right? So there is Seward's son. Obviously, Seward's son also will be very young. He will just be a teenager boy, right? And uske saath saath, and many unrough youths. Unrough means very young boys, right? Maybe in their teenage years or so, right? Those who don't even have beards on their faces, and they are ready to show their manhood. They are ready to fight, in the battlefield. They are ready to prove their bravery in the battlefield. Menteith, what does a tyrant? अब यहाँ पर English army का report खत्म. Okay, like this you have to divide the sequence. I am bifurcating it. I am demarcating it for you. यहाँ पर English army का report खत्म, right? Now you will get to know what is the tyrant doing. Who is the tyrant here? Tyrant is Macbeth. Is side of army का condition we have known. What are they doing? Now it's chance for Macbeth's, report to be given. Great Dunsinane, he strongly fortifies. Caithness is very important. He says that Great Dunsinane में जो उसका castle है, he is fortifying that castle. Fortifying means he's building the walls stronger. Okay. Some say he's mad. कुछ तो ये भी बोल रहे हैं that he's gone completely mad. He's panicking. He's in a frenzy right now. Others that lesser hate him do call it valiant fury. And other people who don't hate him so much, they are calling his actions as valiant fury. Valiant fury means brave anger, right? They are calling his actions as brave anger. But for certain, अच्छा, this line is very important. Try to understand. नहीं समझ में आएगा तो दोबारा पूछना. But for certain, he cannot buckle his distempered cause within the belt of rule. Buckle means, you can write down, buckle means control. Okay. He cannot control his distempered cause. Distempered means disorganized, right? Buckle means control, I repeat. Distempered means disorganized. Within the belt of rule means within the line of discipline. within the line of discipline or within the line of control, right? एक होता है that okay, you know, आप कोई किसी ने साल भर नहीं पढ़ा, ओके, नहीं पढ़ा फर्स्ट 2 मंथ्स नहीं पढ़ा, 3-4 मंथ्स नहीं पढ़ा, 5-6 मंथ्स तब भी नहीं पढ़ा, ओके, बट स्टिल सम स्टूडेंट्स गेट दिस रियलाइजेशन दैट अब तो पढ़ना ही पड़ेगा, राइट? अदरवाइज the situation will get out of control, right? Then the examination will be like near your mouth, right? And you cannot do anything about it because now you will have a lot to study, right? So that is when you can't handle the situation. That is when situation goes out of control, right? This is the same thing what has happened with Macbeth. This is what they are saying. For certain, he cannot, yeah, Abhinav, must be, you must be getting so many faces in your mind when I say that. Anyway, but for certain, he cannot buckle his distempered cause. Buckle means now Macbeth ka situation is completely out of control, आउट ऑफ हैंड, अब वो नहीं संभाल सकता चीजों को, ओके? फॉर सर्टेन ही कैनॉट बकल, बकल मीन्स ही कैनॉट कंट्रोल डिस्टेम्पर्ड मीन्स डिसऑर्गेनाइज, इतना ज्यादा डिसऑर्गेनाइज हो गया है दैट नाउ ही कैनॉट प्लेस इट विद इन द बेल्ट ऑफ रूल, ही कैनॉट प्लेस इट विद इन द बेल्ट ऑफ डिसिप्लिन, विद इन द बेल्ट ऑफ कंट्रोल. यहाँ पर बेल्ट का एग्जाम्पल दिया है, ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. अ बेल्ट का जो बकल होता है, दैट मिडल बकल, it can only be placed properly when everything is aligned properly, okay, around the waist, right? When it is going inside the loops properly, right? Even if it does not go, if it does not go inside even one of the loops, it will not get buckled, वो buckle लगेगा ही नहीं चाहे कितना भी आप try करो, right? So this is what he is saying, that Macbeth cannot buckle his belt anymore. Why? Because he has gone completely distempered. Distempered means out of control. Now things are out of control, right? He cannot control it anymore. Okay. Angus, now does he feel his secret murder sticking on his hands? This is what I gave in one of the pre-boards, Abhinav, if you remember. So now does he feel his secret murder sticking on his hands? Secret murders sticking on his hands. Very important line. Kiska secret murder? Macbeth's secret murders. Which secret murder is he talking about? Duncan's murder, Banquo's murder. He's talking about Lady Macduff's murder. Okay. All his secret murders now are sticking in his hands. Sticking on his hands means now he cannot free himself from the consequences of it. अब चाहे कितना भी दूर भाग जाए, he will not be able to liberate himself from the after effects of it. Now the after, अब तो उसने, he is murdered already. Now the after effects are going to follow him wherever he goes. अब नहीं छोड़ेंगे उसको. Okay, the consequences, the disastrous consequences are going to stick in his hands, and it will be very difficult for him to remove them. Okay. Now, minutely, ये minutely नहीं है, this word is minutely, revolts upbraid his faith breach. Minutely means every minute he is going to be troubled, okay, by their disturbance, right? Minutely means every minute. Revolts means they will trouble him. Upbraid means interfere with his faith, with his belief, with his mind, okay? This line is very important, this complete dialogue. Those he commands move
Ma'am, please
only.
repeat this line again.
Which
Minutely,
one? Minutely?
minutely.
Okay. Secret murders, the consequences of all the secret murders which he has done. Okay, consequences means after effects, right? Now these after effects are going to stick in his hands, not easily removable. He will not be able to, run away from the consequences. Number one. Then minutely means every minute they are going to revolt against him. Okay, they are going to come against him. Upbraid means they are going to interfere with his life, right? His faith, his belief, his mind, they are going to breach means they are going to enter into by force. Okay, breach means break something, right? Breach means to disturb something, to disturb the order of something. His mind will never be in peace now, because every minute those thoughts will disturb him. Every minute the consequences of his own actions are going to interfere with his life, right? This is what he wants to say. Then those he commands move only in command. जिसको वो कमांड कर रहा है, किसको कमांड कर रहा है? His own army, his own soldiers, right? Those he commands move only in command. They are following him only because they are scared of him. Nothing in love. They are not following him because they love him or because they are loyal to him or because they are honest to him. No, they are doing it because they have no other option. Okay, so now does he feel his little his title? Oh, this is very important line. I love explaining this, by the way. Now does he feel his title hang loose about him like a giant's robe upon a dwarvish thief? इसमें बहुत सारे comparisons आपको मिलेंगे अभी. Last two, three dialogues. He says now he's comparing Macbeth's title. Which title? The title of the King of Scotland. So you can simply imagine that his crown, right? His crown suddenly is not fitting him anymore, right? He was wearing this crown upon his head, but now just imagine, like Macbeth has been compared to a dwarf. Dwarf means con, dwarf means a bona, okay? Thief, like a dwarvish thief, okay? Like a very small thief. Why has Macbeth been called as a thief? Because he has stolen that crown from Malcolm. वो crown उसका है ही नहीं, okay? He is not the rightful heir to the throne. He has stolen it from Malcolm. That is why that word thief has been used. Dwarvish means somebody who's very small, bona ka size ka, okay? And just imagine that if you try to give or fit in a giant's robe, a giant's attire, giant का कोई ड्रेस आप उसको पहनाने की कोशिश करो, it will not fit his body properly, right? So this giant robe is his crown. This giant robe is the title which he is wearing. And who is the dwarvish thief over here? This dwarvish thief is Macbeth. Okay, that now this title is not fitting him properly. It is going loose. Okay, it is about to fall off from his head. Why is it about to fall off from his head? Because now he has competition. Okay, because now there are people who are coming to contend for it, right? So again, I repeat, now he says his title is hanging loose. Uska title ab it is going loose and it is about to fall down, right? It is hanging about his head like a giant's robe, like a giant's garment upon a dwarvish thief. Dwarvish thief is Macbeth. Okay? Menteith, who then shall blame his pestered senses to recoil and start when all that is within him does condemn itself for being there? He says, Kisko blame karega? He has nobody to blame. Who then shall blame? His pestered senses, pestered means disturbed senses, to recoil. Recoil means shrink and start. His own senses are not supporting him. Okay. This line, ये पूरा जो dialogue है, this will tell you that Macbeth is mentally disturbed. He has gone in a mental frenzy right now. Okay, he does not know what to do. He does not know how to do. He does not know who to ask for help. Okay, he is absolutely alone right now. Okay, and that is why he's suffering mentally. Why? Because his own senses are not supporting him. यही तो वो बोल रहे हैं that किसको blame करेगा? Who will he blame right now? He cannot blame anybody, right? His own senses are not supporting him. His pestered means disturbed senses. Recoil means shrinking in his mind. And start means spoil. Okay, when all that is within him, उसके अंदर जितना भी है, his own body, his own senses, every cell of his body is blaming him right now, does condemn itself for being there. Okay, his body, every element of his body is feeling guilty of being inside Macbeth right now. Okay, so just look at the extent that they are blaming Macbeth. You just look at the extent that they are kind of elaborating his condition and his situation right now. Itni buri halat hai that his own body is not supporting him, his own mind is not supporting him, and his senses are getting shut inside, his senses are shrinking inside, which means that he's getting mad day by day. Okay, Caithness, well, march we on to give obedience where it is truly owed, meet with the medicine of the sickly wheel, and with him pour we in our country's purge each drop of us. Caithness says, चलो लेट्स टेक अ डिसीजन नाउ. मार्च वी ऑन. कहाँ मार्च करना है? मैल्कम या मैकडफ? सॉरी, मैल्कम और मैकबेथ. ओके, मैल्कम या मैकबेथ. टू गिव ओबीडियंस वेयर इट इज ट्रूली ओड. कहाँ पर ओबीडियंस शो करें? वेयर टू शो आर ओबीडियंस? वेयर इट इज ट्रूली ओड. Truly owed means to the person who truly deserves our support. And who is that person? That person is the medicine of the sickly wheel. Sickly wheel means our diseased land. Which diseased land is he talking about? This is Scotland that they're talking about, right? Scotland is diseased right now, which means Scotland is suffering. And uska medicine kaun hai? The medicine is Malcolm. So who are they going to support? Malcolm. Okay, because Malcolm is going to bring happiness, because Malcolm is going to bring freedom, because Malcolm is going to bring medicine to their suffering. Okay, and with him pour we in our country's purge each drop of us. Okay, so he says, let's be with him. Okay, let's support him. Pour we in our country's purge, help him out in purifying our country. Purge means purify. Okay, uske साथ साथ let us assist, let us help him out in doing what? In liberating our country, in purifying our country, each drop of us. Let us help him in the best way possible, right? Lennox, or so much as it needs to dew the sovereign flower and drown the weeds, make we our march towards Burnham. अब ये समझ लो अच्छे से. This is a very beautiful comparison that Lennox has done. To dew the sovereign flower and drown the weeds. Flower जब आप you know when you try to grow a plant, right? So you remove the weeds. Weeds वो weed नहीं है जिसके बारे में आप सोच रहे हो. Weeds means the unwanted plants, unwanted grass, right? Which does not help a plant to grow, right? If you want a plant to grow, if you want a flower to grow, you will have to remove the weeds. ये gardener आके वही तो करते हैं ना. They remove the extra plants and the extra weeds because that they disturb the growth of the flower. Okay, so who is this sovereign flower over here? This sovereign flower is Malcolm. And who is the weed? Weed is Macbeth. He's unwanted. Okay, he's not wanted over there. They have to remove the weed in order to let the flower grow, in order to let Malcolm grow. Okay, so he says to dew. Dew means to nurture, to make him bloom, to make him grow. The sovereign flower. Sovereign means royal flower. And who is this royal flower? Malcolm. Usko हमें help करना है, to help him grow. Okay. And drown किसको करना है? Drown the weed. Weed is Macbeth. Unwanted plant, unwanted grass. Okay. Make we our march towards Burnham. So he says, we have already made the decision. किसको support करेंगे? Malcolm. So let us march towards Burnham Wood. Okay. Burnham Wood में कौन आ रहे हैं? English power. English power के साथ कौन है? Malcolm है. Okay. That is why they are willing to support Malcolm right now. And so they are changing sides. They are changing their armies. They are abandoning Macbeth right now because abhi usne bola that Macbeth is beyond control. He is beyond any help right now. Okay. And that he has become a complete monster. Who is the medicine which can treat their country right now? It is Malcolm. Okay. And so they say that let us assist him out. Let us help him out in purifying our country. Any questions? Scene 2 complete. Act 5, Scene 2 is done. Any queries still here? No? Everybody is absolutely clear with the scene. Very important scene. बहुत छोटा है लेकिन आपने देखा, you have seen it yourself that it is such an important scene. Such beautiful comparisons done. Okay. Macbeth का पहले English army का बताया है. What all are they doing? Who all are there in their armies? Unrough youth. Okay. And then they are telling you about what is the tyrant doing. उसका condition क्या है अभी, whose mental condition is deteriorating. Okay. So that has been told. And last, this scene has to be divided into 3 sequences, 3 parts. First sequence, English army. Second, Macbeth. What is the tyrant doing right now? Fortifying his walls and everything, right? Mentally deteriorating, right? And the last part is where they are deciding to switch sides. क्यों कर रहे हैं? That also they are telling you. Every reason they are giving you. Okay? So that should be very clear. If you have no doubt, I'll see you. If you do you want to have a class tomorrow, you can let me know in the group itself. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? You want to have a class
Yes.
tomorrow? How many of you
Yes.
will be coming for the class tomorrow? Tomorrow everybody is coming, by the way, even the offline batch is coming. Okay, so let's sorry. Hello. Who spoke just now? I couldn't hear you. Okay, so let's have a class tomorrow because as it is the offline batches are also coming. So I think we can cover scene 3 tomorrow. Okay. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much.